Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my unmade bed to talk to you guys about nannying. So I've been a nanny for about a year now, a full-time nanny, and it has been going amazing, but there are a few things that I wish I would have known before I had started nannying, and there's still a lot of things I'm learning along the way. So here are a few tips, tricks, and advice that I can give you guys if you want to start nannying, or if you want to, or if you are a nanny and you want to improve your nannying style or your relationship with your families that you're nannying for. So here we go. So I want to start by saying that there's actually a large lack of content on YouTube for some reason about being a nanny. There's maybe babysitting content, but that's totally different than being a full-time nanny. And I just feel like I need to fill in that gap, especially being Black and being a Christian. That's a very specific, I guess, niche that I'm trying to fill on YouTube right now. So hopefully I'll be able to help some other nannies out there with this content. So the first thing I wish I would have known before I started nannying was to have a strong contract. So your contract, number one, you should always have a contract with the families you nanny for. And second of all, it should be a contract that covers everything. It shouldn't just have the basics. I feel like it should go beyond just hours and pay. It should go into bereavement leave, sick leave, what insurance plan you might be on. If you are being provided insurance, it should go on social media usage. Are you going to be able to use the kids' pictures and videos for social media to promote yourself, or do they want them completely off of social media? It should go into whether or not you're allowed to use things in the family house like the car, or if you're allowed to take them out places. How would being paid for mileage look like? How would being paid for those activities look like? And I feel like I did not cover all of those things in my contracts when I first started. I just sort of covered the basics, but I am going to revisit that later on and see if I can kind of make some changes, because I have had I've needed bereavement leave, I have needed sick leave, and I have been in situations where the parents have decided to cancel me for the day, but that was a day I was expecting to make money. So that's kind of a detriment to me that you're canceling that day and I now cannot make money from that day. And so there's a lot of stipulations that needs to be put in the contract, especially if you're going to be with the family for long term, and there needs to be one for each child in the house. So that is sort of how I would go about contracts. And there's contracts you can look up online. You can contact an agency and see if you can use their contracts, or you can make up your own. But either way, I would say have a contract and make it a good one. The second thing I want to talk about when it comes to nannying is make sure you're being paid at equal to or above market rate. So I would research what your nannies are getting paid for in that area, and I would match it. It is very important that you're getting paid what you deserve and that you're competitive with the area. And it's kind of sad that a lot of nannies don't make as much as they should because they're afraid to raise their prices, or they're just ignorant about the rate for that area. But it depends on area, it depends on how long you've been a nanny, it depends on how many certifications you have, how many kids are in the household, all of that kind of stuff. What the family needs. They might need overnight, they might need vacation time where you travel with them. So it kind of all depends about what the family needs, and I can't tell you a price right now about what you should charge because it's just so different for everybody. But I would say do your research on it, so you can make sure you're getting paid the best price for your area. Make sure that you can connect with the kids. If there are kids in your care that aren't connecting with you, do not like you around, are not happy to see you when you walk in the house, make sure you address that with the parents and tell them that it's just not working out. Because the kids might be skeptical of you the first few weeks or even month, especially if they're younger and haven't had experience with outside people. But the kids should warm up to you eventually. But if they're having behavioral issues, if they're having emotional issues, and they're just not connecting with you, not listening to you, not wanting to be around you, I would say talk with the parents. I would say to not continue nannying for that family, and find a family that fits your needs. The third thing I would say about being a nanny is to not be afraid to stick up for yourself. That might seem like something that's very simple for some people, but for me, it was very, very difficult. I sometimes would have parents ask, can you stay a few hours later, or can you just stay back a little bit, without pay? And I would have families sort of like slowly add on tasks that were not in the contract, or add on tasks that they wanted to see me do, but I was not informed of those tasks before I started nannying. Or even adding on extra children to the contract or to my care, and it's not necessarily what you signed up for. So I would say make sure that you're standing up for yourself, that you're not afraid to speak up about what your services are, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to be paid, and how you would like to be treated. Some nannies don't want to be treated as a part of the family. They just want to do their job and then go home. That's fine. But some nannies, they want to feel like a part of the family. They don't want to be scolded if they ask for a cup of juice, or if they use the family TV, or I don't know, if they, if they have to ask for every little thing around the house, or ask for every little thing from the family. It can seem like you're not part of the family necessarily. So I would say make sure you know what kind of atmosphere you're walking into, if you're just a worker and you're not there to be family, or if the family wants you to be part of their family. You kind of have to have that in mind, whether or not you're walking into a position, and which one do you want. So I would say have that in mind, and just make sure that if they do start treating you as family, that you're not getting run over. Because sometimes you form those close relationships with the parents and with the kids, and stuff starts to slide a little bit, but you have to remember that you're there as a job, and that you're not there to make friends, basically. I mean, that's just point blank period. Yeah, I'm not saying you can't make friends with your families that you're nanny for, but that's not your main goal. So those are just a few nanny tips that I've been thinking about helping others with. If you want more of this content, please comment down below in the comment section. I would really love to help other nannies out there, and just sort of start a little nanny community. That would be great. And I've joined nanny communities before as well. That's another thing that I missed in the video. Please, please, please join a nanny community, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, local, however you want to do it. Join a community of other nannies so that you can set up play dates, get advice, vent. Like, it is just so refreshing to have coworkers that I can speak with and feed off of, instead of just having it be me and the kids all day. So I would say join a nanny community on social media, wherever you can, and keep up with it. So that is my video, and I hope this information helps somebody out there. I'll be putting out more nanny content in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.